بيكم طلاب جريد 5. النهاردة إن شاء الله هنحل مع بعض على الفاينل اكزامينيشن على الفيرست تيرم. يلا نبتدي أول موديل اكزام. Choose the correct answer. 1. Plants take note from the air to make its own food. طبعا plants take carbon dioxide gas to make its own food. Number 2. A community that is include living organisms and non-living things is known as طبعا الإيكوسيستم. ده الديفينيشن بتاع الإيكوسيستم. Question number 3 بيقولي when the marine habitats are destroyed. لما المواطن اللي هي البحرية destroyed تتدمر the number of living organisms in their food web هيحصل لها decreased. اوكي هتقل. Question number 4 بيقولي some liquids come out of a نقط during its eruption. وطبعا ال liquids come out of volcano during its eruption يعني خلال ثوران البركان. B. Give a reason for the following. The roof of desert home is made of a strong stone. تمام. والانسرز بتاعتي هتكون to protect the desert home from dust and dirt. طيب تعالوا نشوف question number 2 بيقول ايه. Question number 2 put true or false. Number 1 we can describe a solid matter by its color and shape. والانسر دي true. طيب question number 2 the mass and properties of oil will it change when mixed it with vinegar. يعني لما نعمل لها mixing مع الفينيجر كتلتها هتتغير. وطبعا قلنا الانسر دي is false. Question number 3 the particles of all matter are in continuous motion. يعني الجسيمات بتاعت كل المواد في حالة حركة مستمرة. والانسر دي is true. Question number 4 بيقول الزيليوم helps the plant to get water from the soil. وطبعا الانسر دي false. هي الروتس اللي بتساعد البلانتس. طب letter B بيقول what happens if a plant is placed in a dark place for many days. يعني ان النبات اتحط او وضع في مكان dark place مظلم. ايه اللي هيحصل له؟ والانسرز بتاعتي هتكون it can't make photosynthesis process and it will be die. يعني هتموت في الاخر. اوكي. Question number 3 بيقولي complete the following sentences. Number 1 throwing plastic garbage and waste materials into rivers causes water pollution. Question number 2 both not organisms and not organisms cannot produce their own food. وطبعا اللي هم الكونسيومرز والديكمبوزر cannot produce their own food. Question number 3 without not in the leaves of plants gases cannot move in or out of the plant. طبعا without الستومات. Question number 4 بيقول melting of wax is not a change. طبعا ده physical change while the burning of food is a chemical change. B cross out the odd word. Number 1 عندي oil milk water wood. والاود وورد عندي هتبقى الوود لان هو السوليد والباقي liquid. Number 2 بيقول لي الروت والستيم والليفز والسانلايت. طب والاود وورد عندي هتكون السانلايت لان الروتس والستيم والليفز دي من parts of plant. اوكي sunlight. Number 4 بيقول لي correct the underlined words. Number 1 chlorophyll in the plant roots observe energy of the sunlight. طبعا الكلوروفيل ده موجود في الليفز مش في الروتس. اوكي في الليفز. Question number 2 بيقول لي coconut seed displays by wind. بيعمل انتشار بالويند. طبعا والانسر دي false. الاجابه ان هو بالووتر. هو floating in water. تمام بيطفو على الميه. Question number 3 بيقول لي flowers of plants produce root hair that help the plant to reproduce. هي بتنتج الايه السيدز المسؤولة عن الريبروديوس. اوكي. Question number 4 respiration process that help the plant to make its own food. طبعا مش respiration هي الايه photosynthesis process. B choose from column B what suited in column A. طيب خلينا نقول ان number 1 عندي الكربون دايوكسيد جاز. ده يعتبر ايه is a gas matter. ودي هتكون ايه الانسرز بتاعتي. تمام. نمبر 2 عندي الساند ده عبارة عن ايه عبارة عن solid matter. والانسرز بتاعتي هتكون دي. question number 3 الجازلاين. جازلاين دوت اللي هو ايه عبارة عن ايه عبارة عن الليكويد matter. تمام. this is number 3. اوكي تعالوا نشوف موديل exam number 2. complete the following sentences. Number 1 when we heat an ice cream it not and becomes liquid. هيحصل له ايه it melts. هيدوب و turn into liquid becomes liquid يبقى سائل. Question number 2. Digestion of food forms a new substance which has new properties, okay? Question number 3. We can use نقط in making hammers. We can use steel in making hammers, okay? Because it's hard and strong. Question number 4. You can use نقط to measure a mass of matter, while you can use نقط to measure its temperature. طيب you can use a balance to measure the mass. يعني احنا بنستخدم البالانس الميزان عشان نعمل measure للماس للكتلة. while you can use a thermometer اللي هو الترمومتر to measure temperature عشان بنقيس بيها درجة الحرارة. letter B بيقول لي what happens to the speed of particles سرعة البارتيكلز of an ice cube لمكعب التلج when it exposed to the sun لما بتتعرض لإيه للصن. الانسرز بتاعتي هتكون it will increase. هتحصل ايه؟ هيحصل زيادة في ايه؟ في ال speed of particles. اوكي. Question number 2 بيقول لي write the scientific term of each of the following. Number 1 it's the numbers of organisms of one type of a species living in an area. طبعا دي اسمها ال population. Number 2 the animal that is eaten by another animal. طبعا ده اسمه prey. فريسة. اوكي. Question number 3 the liquid substance that plants and animals and human needs to survive. طبعا الwater. تمام. Number 4 بيقول in a part of a plant that fix it in the soil بتثبتها part of plant جزء من النبات fixed in the soil بيثبته في التربة. طبعا اللي هي plant's root. plant's root. B. Give a reason for the following. Human needs to eat some animals and plants. والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون to get his needed energy and to do his activities. Question number 3 choose from column B what suited in column A. عندي number 1 condensation. condensations معناها التكثيف. طيب it is the change of water from gas state to a liquid state. تمام. يبقى دي C. number 1 is C. number 2 الميلتنج عملية الذوبان أو الانصهار. it's the change of water from solid state to a liquid state. okay يبقى this is A. عندي number 3 الفريزنج عملية التجمد. والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون is the change of water from liquid state to solid state. okay that's 3 is E. number 4 evaporation دي التبخر. اوكي والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون is the change of water from liquid state to gas state. this is D. طيب عندنا B بيقولي correct the underlined words. عندي number 1 بيقولي due to raising of water vapor coral reefs turn completely into green. طبعا ال true answer is white. تتحول للون الوايت. number 2 ال tree trunks are climb stem. طبعا ال tree trunks دي تعتبر ايه؟ ال wood stem. question number C بيقولي grass changed the نقط energy of the sun into نقط energy during photosynthesis process. طبعا it changed the light energy okay into chemical energy. طيب تعالوا نشوف letter B بيقولي cross out the odd word. عندي carbon dioxide gas water وجاز oxygen gas والsunlight. طبعا ال odd word عندي هتكون الأكسجين جاز. تمام. طيب هنا ايه number 2 بيقول لي الوود والايرون والاكسجين والبلاستيك. طبعا الوود والايرون والبلاستيك دول solid material طبعا while الاكسجين ده ايه؟ ده جاز. كده نكون خلصنا موديل اكزام نمبر 2. يلا نبتدي في موديل اكزام نمبر 3. number 1 put true or false. air enters plants through roots. طبعا الانسر دي false. هي through air enters plants through stomata. تمام. question number 2 people and engineer must share scientists in restoration ecology. طبعا الانسر دي true. question number 3 if coral reefs are destroyed حصل لها تدمير many marine food chain will destroyed. طبعا الانسر دي is true. number 4 بيقول لي vinegar and frozen vegetables have definite shape. طبعا false. letter B بيقول لي what happens if a magnet is put close to an iron nail and a plastic spoon. ايه اللي هيحصل؟ اوكي. والانسر هتكون the magnet attracts iron nail. هينجذب ايه؟ هيجذب الايرون nail but it doesn't attract the plastic spoon. طيب number 2 بيقول لي complete the following sentences using this word. عندي هنا الwords بتاعتي extinction, overfishing, shelter, toxic, predator. خلينا نشوف number 1 بيقول ايه. ان ال healthy natural resource include بيحتوي على clean air, healthy food, water and suitable ايه؟ suitable shelter. تمام. This is number 1. Okay, number 2 بيقول لي the human activity that directly decrease the marine population. يعني human activity دي أنشطة أو نشاط الإنسان بيقلل المارين population اللي هو عدد إيه الكائنات البحرية is known as إيه overfishing اللي هو الصيد الجائر. This is number 2. Question number 3 بيقول لي habitat loss does it not only cause a decrease in the marine population but also it is one of the main reasons of extinction. للانقراض هو سبب رئيسي برضو للإيه؟ للانقراض. This is number 3. Number 4 بيقول لي when a sea turtle eats a jellyfish. لما التيرتل بتeat الجيليفيش that means that the sea turtle is a predator طبعا. This is number 4. طيب number 5 بيقول لي plastic waste materials are very harmful to marine organisms because they are not and sharp, toxic and sharp. This is number 5. Okay. طيب letter B بيقول لي correct the underlying word. There are tiny holes on the stem to allow gases into the plant. طبعا مش stem هي ايه موجودة في leaves. Okay. Number 2 بيقول لي plants leaves help it to be fixed in the soil. بتثبتها في التربة. طبعا مش leaves الايه الروتس. طيب question number 3. Write the scientific term of each of the following. 1. It is the process by which matter is changed from solid من الصلبة to liquid state. طبعا اللي هي melting process. Number 2, the property of matter which is measured by the measuring cup. هي ايه؟ هي الفوليوم طبعا the volume. Okay. Question number 3 بيقول لي a model of the whole world that is made in the shape of a large ball. طبعا الجلوبال. Okay. Number 4 بيقول لي and they are consumer which feed on the secondary consumer اللي هم tertiary consumers. B. Give a reason for the following. Ice is turned into water when it's placed in a warm room. والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون because the temperatures of ice يعني درجة حرارة الآيس increases بتزيد so it will melt هتدوب and become a liquid وهتبقى سائل. طيب question number 4 بيقول choose the correct answer. 1. The primary source of energy for all living organisms on the earth. طبعا هي the sun. تمام. Question number 2 بيقول لي marine food web usually started with algae. تمام طحالب. Question number 3 بيقول لي the movement of particles of water are slower than that of air. تمام. Steel is used in making hammers because it is hard. تمام. letter B بيقول لي هنا Adam plants a flowering plant in a pot. تمام. He put this plant حط البلانت ديت in a soil rich in nutrients مليانة عناصر and water it every day وبيسقيها كل يوم. He used to cover this pot every day with a carton box. كان بيغطيها بكارتون بوكس عشان hide it from his brother من أخوه for many days. Do you think that is this plant will survive? هل هي البلانت ديت هتنجو and why؟ طبعا الأنسر بتاعتي هتكون no because it's need air and light عشان تعمل الفوتوسينثيسيس process بتاعتها وكمان تعمل make its own food. طيب كده نكون خلصنا الموديل اكزام نمبر 3. يلا نبتدي موديل اكزام نمبر 4. A. Write the scientific term of each of the following. Number 1 عندي the process of producing new plants اسمها ايه؟ Plants reproduction. Okay. Number 2 بيقول لي a group of living organisms that can produce their own food وهم البروديوسر. Number 3 flying living organisms that build their nests on the top of the mountain cliffs and dive deeply into the sea to eat. طبعا اللي هم seabird. Number 4 the state of matter that has a definite volume and shape اللي هي solid state. Letter B بيقول give a reason for the following. Balloons and plumps filled with helium always raise up in the air. طيب والأنسر بتاعتي هقول because helium is lighter than the air. Number 2 بيقول لي put true or false. 1 healthy habitats provide living organisms with clean air, healthy food and water. والأنسر دي true. Number 2 بيقول لي when particles of matter observe thermal energy لما بتمتص طاقة حرارية they move slower. Answer دي false. They move faster. Number 3 dead organisms don't need energy. Answer دي true. Number 4 بيقول لي from the chemical properties of helium if that is not flammable هو غاز غير قابل للاشتعال. Answer دي is true. طيب letter B بيقول لي what happens if plants have no stem. والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون إن ال water and nutrients will not move up from the roots to the leaf. Okay. Question number 3 بيقول لي study the following figure that show recycling nutrients back into the soil. Complete the sentences below. عندي question number 1 بيقول لي photosynthesis process is done by plant so it's a producer. Number 2 decomposition process is done by bacteria so they are decomposers. Question number 3 the insect is a not consumer because it's either plant طبعا هي primary consumer. Question number 4 the large meat eating animal is an eagle طبعا. Question number 5 when the eagle dies its nutrients return back to the soil with the help of bacteria. Letter B بيقول لي choose from column B what suit in column A. طب خلينا ناخد number 1 الsunlight. الsunlight is necessary for plants growth. تمام يبقى number 1 هي B. Okay number 2 الsoil. الsoil is a not basic need for plant growth. تمام يبقى this is number C. Number 3 عندي الwater is absorbed by roots of the plant. تمام يبقى number 3 هتبقى معاها ايه. Number 4 الأكسجين دوت gas which is produced during photosynthesis process. Okay يبقى number 4 is D. طيب choose the correct answer. When the plant seed begins to grow and make spore this process is called a germination طبعا. تمام decomposers always not the soil طبعا benefit. The amount of energy that's transferred between living organisms in food web is 10% only. طيب number 4 we can use a model to study very large things such as solar system. تمام B بيقول لي look at the opposite figure then put true or false. Number 1 بيقول لي label 1 refers to matter in a liquid state. طبعا ده number 1 ده steam يبقى الانسر دي ايه؟ دي false. Number 2 بيقول لي label 2 refers to a matter in a solid state. طبعا هو ده البراد دوت هو solid state. تمام this is true. Number 3 بيقول لي label 3 refers to a matter that is shape and volume don't change. والانسر دي هتكون false. Number 4 بيقول لي particles of matter 1 move slower than particles of matter 3. طبعا الانسر دي is false. كده خلصنا model exam number 4. يلا بقى بينا نحل model exam number 5. Number 1 choose the correct answer. The volume of 1 liter of water had the mass of 1 kilogram. تمام. Number 2 بيقول لي when the water is heated its particles move faster. Number 3 salt can be separated by not of salty water by evaporation. تمام. Number 4 بيقول لي in plants leaf light energy is converted to not during photosynthesis. طبعا converted into chemical B. Study the following figures that represent particles of three states of matter. Then put true or false. تمام. Number 1 بيقول لي figure A represent solid matter. answer دي true. تمام. question number 2 بيقول لي figure 2 represent the liquid matter. اهي. تمام. answer دي true. number 3 بيقول لي by increasing the space between particles of figure 2 it may change into solid state. وطبعا answer دي false. تمام. هي هتبقى ايه gas state على فكرة. question number 4 بيقول لي particles of figure 1 have more energy than the particles of figure 3. والأنسر دي false. يلا question number 2 complete the following sentences. question number 1 an area that provides food, water and shelter to all living organisms which live in it known as ecosystem. تمام. question number 2 according to temperature matter can be classified into not and not object into hot and cold object. question number 3 helium is not or not so it is considered as a safe gas. طبعا هو flammable is not flammable or not poisonous. okay. question number 4 without not in the leaves of plants gases cannot move in or out of the plant. طبعا without stomach. letter B بيقول give reason for the following. when the temperatures of ice cubes increase they will melt. والانسرز بتاعتي هتكون ان by increasing temperature it will gain energy. تمام. and it changes into liquid matter. question number 3 بيقول لي write the scientific term of each of the following. number 1 they are changed in matter which are usually reversible and don't affect its structure اللي هي ايه اللي هي physical change. number 2 it is the process by which matter change from liquid state to gas state اللي هي evaporation process. question number 3 a tool is used to measure the length of wall. طبعا التاب measure. question number 4 they are consumer that exist at the top of food chains. طبعا اللي هم التوب predators. B what happens if plants leaf don't contain chlorophyll. يعني الأوراق النبات لا تحتوي على الكلوروفيل. الأنسرز بتاعتي هتكون the plant cannot absorb the energy of sunlight so it cannot make photosynthesis process. okay. question number 4 بيقولي put true or false. question number 1 the producer and consumer use carbon dioxide gas for making their food. طبعا الأنسر دي false. number 2 بيقولي إن ال ecosystem can be affected by climate change وال pollution and human activities. والأنسر دي is true. تمام. question number 3 بيقول لي ال air particles are visible as they are very large particles. والأنسر دي is false. هي invisible. okay. question number 4 بيقول لي إن iron spoon is attracted to the magnet. والأنسر دي is true. B choose from column B what suited in column A. خلينا نشوف number 1 ال photosynthesis process. طيب هنقول it is a process through which producer make their own food. تمام. يبقى number 1 هي C. question number 2 decomposition process. decomposition process هي it's a process in which the nutrients are returned to the ecosystem. كمان. تمام. والانسر بتاعتي هتكون ال B. تمام. طيب كده هنكون خلصنا حل الموديل اكزام نمبر 5. يلا بينا نحل موديل اكزام نمبر 6. complete the following sentences. number 1 the food of plant is type of sugar which is made in their leaves by photosynthesis process. question number 2 sunlight energy converts نقط and نقط into glucose inside the plant's leaf. طبعا الكربون دايوكسيد gas والwater. question number 3 heavy rains causes نقط which destroy desert ecosystem. طبعا causes flood. number 4 according to hardness of matter a sponge and a feather are example of نقط matter. طبعا example of soft matter. okay. while a coin and a brick are example of hard matter. letter B بيقول لي give a reason for the following. The roof of tropical rainforest home is made of leaves and sticks. طيب والأنسر بتاعتي to protect this home from animals getting inside the house. تمام. Question number 2. Choose the correct answer. 1. Which of the following matter has a definite volume and shape? طبعا الأنسر بتاعتي اللي هو الأيس. Question number 2. In the presence of sun and water, the seeds can germinate at the beginning of growth without the need of without need of soil. تمام. Question number 3 بيقول لي which of the following living organisms can make their own food؟ وطبعا هما الباين tree. تمام. Question number 4. If all grasses were removed completely from an ecosystem, rabbits in this ecosystem will والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون die. Okay. Cross out the odd word. عندي plastic, vinegar والiron والألمنيوم. طبعا الodd word عندي الفينيجر. هي liquid while البلاستيك والإيرون والألمنيوم is a solid. Okay. Question number 3. But true or false? Number 1. We can differentiate between sugar and flour by texture من خلال الملمس والأنسر دي is true. Question number 2 بيقول لي when a solid matter gains thermal energy لما بتحصل على طاقة حرارية it will change in a liquid state والأنسر دي is true. Question number 3 بيقول لي plants and humans are similar in the way of getting food والأنسر دي false. Question number 4 بيقول إن the human can eat plants and animals والأنسر دي is true. طب letter B بيقول لي what happens to the microorganisms if the sea water becomes warm يعني لو المية مياه البحار أصبحت دافئة. والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون they will move away to cooler water and also the fish that feed on it. طيب question number 4 بيقول لي write the scientific term of each of the following. Number 1. The building unit of matter هي الإيه؟ هي particles. تمام. Question number 2. It is the measure of the amount of matter اللي هي إيه؟ اللي هي الماس. أوكي الكتلة. Question number 3 بيقول لي it is the process by which matter change from gas state to liquid state اللي هي condensation process. Question number 4 بيقول لي parts of the plant where sunlight allows carbon dioxide to combine with water during photosynthesis process اللي هي plant's leaf. B. Choose from column B what suited in column A. خلينا نقول number 1 photosynthesis process. طيب نقدر نقول in it produces oxygen gas which is important for breathing. okay يبقى number 1 هي C. طيب تعالوا نشوف number 2 respiration process هي it produces carbon dioxide gas which is important for plants. تمام يبقى 2D. question number 3 بيقولي decomposition process بقى عملية التحلل هي it produces nutrients which is important for soil fertility يعني مهمة جدا لإيه؟ لخصوبة التربة. يبقى number 3 is A. كده خلصنا model exam number 6. يلا بينا بقى نحل الموديل number 7. 1. Write the scientific term of each of the following. Number 1 بيقول لي a human activity that leads to decreasing the number of fish and affecting many marine food webs. طبعا اللي هو overfishing. Question number 2. The gas that is produced from photosynthesis process طبعا هو الأكسجين gas. Question number 3 بيقول لي the process that takes place inside plants through which we can get oxygen هي photosynthesis process. Question number 4 بيقول لي a property of matter by which we can distinguish between hot and cold objects طبعا اللي هي temperature درجة الحرارة. B. What happens to the temperatures of a matter if the speed of its particles decreased? طب الانسر بتاعتي هتكون in the temperatures of the matter will decrease برضو. okay question number 2 بيقولي put true or false. question number 1 we can use thermometer to measure the temperatures of a hot cup of tea طبعا true. question number 2 if we increase the temperatures of some pieces of ice they will melt طبعا true. okay Question number 3, photosynthesis process takes place in the plant roots. والأنسر دي false، هي في leaves. Okay, question number 4 بيقول لي first link in any food chain is a consumer. طبعا false، هما producers. B, give a reason for the following. Chlorophyll in plant's leaf has an important role in photosynthesis process. طيب الأنسر بتاعتي هتكون because it absorbs the energy، هي بتمتص الطاقة of sunlight من الشمس that help the plant، اللي بتساعد البلانت to make photosynthesis process. Okay, question number 3 بيقول لي complete the following sentences. question number 1 بيقول لي in food chain the energy flows from not consumer to secondary consumer. طبعا primary consumer. question number 2 the particles of liquid matter can move more faster than solid matter. Okay, solid matter, and move slower than gas matter. Okay, question number 3 we can use not gas to fill plums because they lighter than the not. We can use helium to fill plums because it is lighter than the air. Okay, question number 4 بيقول لي when two substances combine and form a new substance, this new substance is called a compound. طبعا مركب. B, mention the state of matter which form the following mixtures by using the words below. عندي solid and liquid والgas والsolid والliquid. Okay, number 1 عندي الفروت سالاد. الفروت سالاد عبارة عن ايه؟ solid material. number 2 عندي الاير هو gas materials. oil in water، الاويل in water ده يعتبر liquid materials. number 4 sugar in water، طبعا ده solid and liquid. question number 4 choose the correct answer. number 1 all the following materials can reach to the plant leaves except the soil. number 2 بيقول لي a snake is a predator for a mice while snake is considered as a prey for eagle. تمام. question number 3 which of the following two living organisms don't have direct food relationship between them. طبعا عندي الايجل والشارك، مفيش اي relationship in food web. okay, question number 4 بيقول لي oil takes the note of its container. طبعا ال shape of its container. B, look at these figures then choose the correct answer. طبعا شايفين البالانس، وبنعمل هنا بالانس للابل والاورنج، وهنا كمان عملنا بالانس للابل والباناناس. هنلاقي هنا الفيجر بتاعتنا ان الماس اوف اورنج is equal to the mass of two bananas. دي الانسر بتاعتي. تمام، كده نكون خلصنا موديل اكزام نمبر 7. يلا بينا نحل موديل اكزام نمبر 8. number 1 put true or false. phloem transports food materials downward from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. والأنسر دي true. تمام. question number 2 in an ecosystem that contains rabbit, mice, eagles and snakes only if snakes disappear completely so the eagle will disappear completely. طبعا الأنسر دي false. question number 3 بيقول لي a desert food chain does it contain any type of fish. والأنسر دي true. question number 4 بيقول لي a model of an airplane shows us how it flies up into the air. وطبعا ده true. طيب letter B بيقول لي give a reason for human can use helium gas safely. يعني احنا نقدر نستخدم غاز الهيليوم safely. والانسر بتاعتي هتكون because it isn't not flammable and not poisonous. okay, question number 2 بيقول لي choose the correct answer. question number 1 condensation change the matter from not state to not state. طبعا من الجاز للliquid. question number 2 بيقول لي green plants can make their own food through leaves. طبعا. question number 3 بيقول لي any food chain started with طبعا plants. question number 4 بيقول لي if the climate change is suitable the populations of species will increase. تمام. letter B what happens if a liquid change into gas according to the speed of particles. والانسر بتاعتي هتكون ان ال speed of particles will increase. تمام. question number 3 بيقول لي write the scientific term of each of the following. the ability of materials to transfer heat and conduct electricity اسمها conduction. okay, توصيل. question number 2 a matter that is formed when two or more materials combine chemically. اللي هو ايه؟ اللي هو الكومباوند المركب. Question number 3. Narrow holes spread on the surface of plant's leaf that allows gas to come in and out the plant اللي هي stomata. Question number 4 بيقول لي they are organisms that feed on the dead organisms bodies and break them down into smaller pieces اللي هما scavengers. B. Cross out the odd word. عندي water, gasoline, gold والمilk. طبعا الاود وورد عندي هو الجولد لان هو solid while الwater والgasoline والمilk is a liquid. Okay. Question number 4 بيقول لي complete the following sentences using the word below. طيب عندي solid, liquid, gas, space, particles. Number 1 بيقول لي the state of matter that has a definite volume but it doesn't have a definite shape is liquid. Okay, this is my answer. This is number 1. Question number 2 بيقول لي volume is the amount of نقط that matter takes up. طبعا هو space. This is number 2. Okay. Question number 3 بيقول لي we can classify the state of matter into liquid. طبعا solid. Okay, this is number 3. والgas, this is number 3. Question number 4 بيقول لي matter is made up of tiny particles. This is number 4. Okay. B. Choose from column B what suits it from column A. طيب أنا عندي number 1 carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas is needed for photosynthesis process. Okay, يبقى دي number 1 هي C. طب تعالوا نشوف الساند ده solid matter is a solid matter. Okay. Model exam number 9. 1. Choose the correct answer. We can measure the volume of a liquid by all the following units except kilogram. Question number 2 بيقول لي among a chemical change which is occurred in cooking is baking a cake. تمام. Question number 3 بيقول لي the kind of stem that extend underground are called tubers. Question number 4 بيقول لي many insects are considered as primary consumers. B. What happens if a small lake is exposed تعرضت to extreme hot climate for several months؟ ايه اللي هيحصل لها؟ طيب الانسرز بتاعتي هتكون ان the water of the lake decreases due to evaporation عملية تبخر and maybe completely disappear وممكن تختفي تماما. Question number 2 complete the following sentences by using the word below. Okay, number 1 بيقول لي ان both of order and texture of matter are considered from the نقط properties of matter. طبعا physical properties of matter. This is number 1. تعالوا نشوف number 2. You can identify the نقط of juice by using the sense of smell. طبعا sense of smell هقول odor الريحة. Okay, and this is number 2. Question number 3 بيقول لي we can describe the textures of sugar crystal by saying it has نقط crystal texture عندها rough crystal texture. This is number 3. Question number 4 بيقول لي the ability of a piece of iron to rust is from the نقط properties of matter. طبعا chemical properties. This is number 4. Letter B بيقول لي give a reason for the following. Both melting and freezing process are considered as a physical changes. والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون because in this process the matter changes without any change in its structure. يعني بيبقى في تغير بس التغير ما بيبقاش في تركيب المادة ذات نفسها. Question number 3. Put true or false. Number 1. Plant stem has hair that absorb oxygen gas from the air. والأنسر دي false. تمام. Question number 2 بيقول لي إن birds are secondary consumer because they eat insects that feed on plants. والأنسر دي true. Question number 3. Microorganisms are producers that small fish feed on to get energy. طبعا true. Question number 4 بيقول لي the speed of water vapor particles is greater than that of water particles. والأنسر دي is true. تمام. طيب question B بيقول لي هنا look at the opposite model that show the particles of a substance then complete the following sentences. طيب هنقول number 1 this is a model represent a substance in نقط state. طبعا in solid state. طيب question number 2 بيقول لي if we want to make changes in this model to change this substance in a liquid state عشان نحوله liquid لسائل. We should not the distance between balls. We should increase. Okay. Question number 4. Write the scientific term of each of the following. Number 1. The property of matter which is measured by balance اللي هي ايه؟ الماس، الكتلة. Okay. Question number 2. بيقول لي the state of water when its temperature is located between 0 degrees C and 100 degrees C. Liquid state. Okay. Liquid state. Okay. Question number 3 بيقول لي a substance that is produced from the plant during photosynthesis process and provide it with its needed energy اللي هو الشجر. تمام. Question number 4. The consumer who eats another animal اللي هما predators. B. Put letter P in front of the physical properties and a letter C in front of chemical properties of the different matter below. طيب عندي number 1 the white color of milk ده يعتبر ايه؟ physical properties، هقول B. Okay. Question number 2 الash produced from burning paper ده chemical، هقول C. Question number 3 بيقول لي in large crystals of salt particles ده physical، هقول B. Question number 4 بيقول لي odor of perfume عطر ريحة البرفيوم. Okay, this is B. Okay. هنحل model exam number 10. Okay. Number 1 put true or false. 1. Light is important for plant growth. We'll answer D is true. Question number 2 بيقول لي إن water and carbon dioxide gas are observed by plant's root to help the plant to grow. طبعا الأنسر D is false. Question number 3. Light and sound are forms of matter. طبعا false. They are forms of energy. Question number 4 بيقول liquid don't take the shape of their container that they are placed in. طبعا answer D is false. Question number 2 بيقول لي correct the underlined word. Human can get their food from air and animals. طبعا from plants. Question number 2 بيقول لي oxygen gas is observed by plants leaves to make photosynthesis process. طبعا اللي هو carbon dioxide gas. Question number 2 بيقول لي write the scientific term of each of the following. Question number 1 a device used to examine one tiny particles such as a blood cell. طبعا اللي هو electron microscope. Question number 2 بيقول لي the scientists who measure the size and shape of fossils اللي هم paleontologists. Okay. Question number 3 the process by which a plant can make its own food اللي هي photosynthesis process. Question number 4 a part of the plant that fix it in the soil اللي هو roots. B. Give a reason for the following. Wood has a definite shape and volume. والأنسر بتاعتي هتكون because it a solid matter. Okay. Question number 3 بيقول لي complete the following sentences. Number 1 in the not matter the volume and shape don't change in solid matter. Number 2 the water evaporates when it's exposed to high temperature. You can use a ruler to measure the length, okay, of your book. تمام. While you can use a balance to measure its mass. Question number 4 if an iron cube and amount of cotton had the same mass though the volume of iron تمام is smaller than that of the cotton. B. What happens to the size of balloon when you blow it up? الأنسر بتاعتي هتكون إن size of balloon will increase. تمام. حجم البالونة هيزيد. Question number 4. Choose the correct answer. 1. We can measure the mass of a cube of ice by using a balance. Question number 2. We can identify milk by determining its color and taste. Question number 3. To separate sand from salty water, we can use a filtration process. Question number 4. The nuts of plants get water and nutrients from the soil. The roots of plants. B. The following figures show 3 models of particles of some matter related to our plant ears. Observe figures carefully, then complete the following sentences. Okay. Number 1 بيقول لي ال beads of figure نقط could represent the particles of a rock on the earth's surface. يعني الفيجر اللي هي بتبين ممكن تمثل الروك اللي هو الصخور. طبعا هي figure number 1 هي السوليد. تمام. ال beads of figure نقط could represent particles of river water on the earth. طبعا اللي هي number 2. تمام، اللي هي الليكويد. كده نكون خلصنا مع بعض حل الموديل اكزام. يا رب تكونوا فهمتم، وبالتوفيق والنجاح لكم ان شاء الله. هسيب لكم في صندوق الوصف الحلقات بتاعه الاكسرسايزنج بوك عشان تحلوها، وبالتوفيق لكم باذن الله. باي باي. لو عجبكم الفيديو ما تنسوش تعملوا اشتراك عشان يوصل لكم كل الفيديوهات الجديده.